Luke 17. Isa said to his disciples, "Enticements to sin are inevitable, but woe to anyone who offers them. Better to be thrown into the sea wearing a millstone necklace than to entice one of these little ones to sin. Watch yourselves. If your brother or sister sins, rebuke them, and if they repent, forgive them. Even if they sin against you 7 times a day, and each time return saying, 'I'm sorry,' forgive them." The emissaries replied to the Lord, "Expand our faith." But the Lord responded, "If you have faith, though it's as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, 'Uproot and replant yourself in the sea,' and it will obey you." When a servant returns from plowing or caring for sheep, what master says to him, "Come, sit down and eat"? Instead he says, "Prepare my meal, dress for service, and wait on me while I eat and drink. After that, you can eat and drink." Or does a master thank a servant for following orders? Likewise, when you've done everything Allah commands, you should say, "We're mere servants, we've simply done our duty." Proceeding on to Al-Quds, Isa passed through the area between Galilee and Samaria. As he entered a certain village, 10 lepers stood at a distance shouting, "Isa, Master, have mercy on us." He looked at them and said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." And as they went, they were healed. Seeing himself well, one of them came back to Isa shouting praises to Allah. Then he threw himself down face first at Isa's feet and thanked him. Now the man was a Samaritan. So Isa asked, "Weren't 10 men healed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to glorify Allah except this foreigner?" Then Isa said to the man, "Stand up and go. Your faith has healed you." Some Pharisees asked Isa, "When will the kingdom of Allah come?" He replied, "The kingdom of Allah is not going to appear as something visible. People won't say, 'Here it is,' or 'It's located there.' The kingdom of Allah is already among you." Then he said to his disciples, "The time is coming when you will long to see one of the days of the Son of Man, but won't. People will say, 'He's here,' or 'He's there,' but don't go out and look. For the Son of Man on his day will be like lightning which flashes and lights up the sky from one end to the other. But first he must suffer many things and be rejected by this generation. As things were in Noah's day, so they will be at the time of the Son of Man. People carried on eating, drinking, and marrying right up to the day Noah entered the ark, and then the flood came and destroyed them all. And in Lut's day as well, people carried on eating and drinking, buying and selling, farming and building, until the time Lut left Sodom, and then burning sulfur rained down from heaven and destroyed them all. And so things will be until the day the Son of Man is revealed. In that time, a person on top of their house should not go in for their possessions, and a person out in the field should not return home. Remember what happened to Lut's wife. Whoever seeks to save their life will lose it, but whoever gives up their life will save it. I tell you, during that night, 2 people will be lying in one bed. One will be taken up, the other left behind. 2 women will be grinding flour together. One will be taken, the other left behind. Isa's disciples asked, "Lord, where will this happen?" He replied, "Wherever corpses lie, there the vultures gather."